To repel an attack from a million-strong navy, the general ordered his soldiers to kill tens of thousands of fish daily. They placed the fish directly into iron pots to simmer for hours, extracting highly concentrated fish oil. Then, using bamboo tubes, they filled eggshells with the oil, finally placing the filled eggshells into specially made porcelain jars, adding sulfur and sealing them with cloth. Thus, an incendiary bomb was completed. But seeing the feeble flame, the general was very dissatisfied and demanded that the gunpowder dosage be increased. The powdermaster quickly loaded more eggshells into the jars, then threw them against the stone wall for testing. Seeing the result, the general still felt the power was insufficient. The powdermaster had no choice but to fill the porcelain jars with large amounts of sulfur powder, then forcefully threw it against the stone wall again. Hearing the tremendous sound, the general finally smiled with satisfaction. The cunning enemy had a terrifying plan. They placed the corpses of plague-infected soldiers on boats and had them pushed into enemy territory. The next day, unsuspecting soldiers, taking no precautions, retrieved the enemy corpses from the water. The military strategist suspected something was amiss and immediately pierced the soldiers' bodies with silver needles. Seeing the needles turn black, he immediately ordered people to stay away from the infected soldiers. However, due to the large numbers, many soldiers still contracted the plague. The sudden epidemic made the Allied forces too afraid to come to their aid. This left them with insufficient troops and even a shortage of swords. Unexpectedly, the strategist thought of a good method: to gather 100,000 arrows within 3 days. The strategist observed the weather, waiting for fog to appear. Then he had soldiers weave straw men and place them around boats. Taking advantage of the foggy weather, they approached the enemy. In reality, there were only a few dozen soldiers on the boats. Their main task was to create an illusion of a massive force preparing to attack. They pretended to initiate a sword attack first. Because of the fog, the enemy couldn't see clearly and feared an ambush, so they could only have all their soldiers shoot arrows in defense. Seeing the straw men on the boats filled with arrows, the strategist ordered the boats to change direction. When the straw boats reached their weight limit, he ordered his men to stop beating the drums and retreat to their base. He deliberately let a small boat filled with arrows drift toward the enemy camp. When the enemy general saw this, he was furious and decided to directly attack the city. Seeing the enemy connect their ships together, the defenders thought to use fire as their method. This is why the general had ordered soldiers to make incendiary bombs with fish oil. The general sent a suicide squad to charge toward the enemy fleet with boats loaded with fish oil. They quickly defeated the enemy,